Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Kitty, did you adjust the tension on my chair? I feel like I'm swimming today. Did I adjust the tension on my chair? I gotta fix that. We got midnight in a little bit. RTS Planner, thank you for the 67-month resub. Very much appreciated. Also, Mehat Raiden with 12 viewers. I hope you had a nice stream. Welcome. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix this or else I'm going to fall asleep. Here, doing that. I'm starting with what I was starting with yesterday, which is enjoying my alts and their transmogs. Chipping away at Family Battler, mainly Eastern Kingdom. And having some coffee before we get into some decorating. Because my brain, I think I'm going to need it for decorating. Or designing if we want to use a less infantilized word. And I'm brain not up yet. Yeah, I don't really think on the topic of whether or not you should faction change, it's not even so much about what your main faction is anymore as what your main character is. And the faction at this point largely doesn't matter. I like being Alliance. I prefer Alliance. But I have plenty of Horde alts now, and they're part of the same guild. They can use the same house. I don't really think much about which factions are which anymore. It doesn't come up very often. Great game today if you're watching. I watched the medal ceremony, which is probably the worst part. Yeah, I slept in and I was like, okay, I didn't look, so I couldn't jinx them. And then I woke up and I watched the medals and I'm like, wow, those are some gloomy Canadians. Clearly they didn't need my help to curse the end of it. Hang on. Which one of these knobs? Is it this one or am I just twisting something else? I don't know. Oh, let's see. Family Battler. I have like a vaguely hockey themed shirt and I was going to wear it today, but then I saw the results of the game before I got dressed and then I thought, nah, that's okay. Elemental Battler. Do we need Julia for this? We do. All right, let's see about a Julia Elemental team. I might be more organized about this if I was deleting the teams after I had completed. Hello, you want help? To pick you up when you're so vertical. If I was deleting the teams after I was done with them, alas, not so much. How do you stay positive throughout them making achievements easy after you grind them? I think the joy for me in getting a thing done was the process of doing it. So anything they change after the fact can't possibly harm it because it already happened. Like the value was already had for me. I had a nice time. I did a thing. It's not so much about having it over other people as it is just getting it in the first place. I realize I'll be playing a lot of WoW soon. Should play other things, but I just want to play Midnight now. I was talking in the countdown stream about it's the penultimate stream. I have this stream, and then I have Wednesday's stream, and then after that, it's the Midnight launch stream. It's like on top of us. Where is that cute little outfit from? This one? Or different character? This one is a mix of things. This is, what is it? Bandit jerkin, igneous leggings, Rage Fury eye patch. What are the boots? Wolf Tender's boots. Just like old Mog, really. Mixed and matched together. So cute. Oh, thank you. As my one and only rogue. I have many copies of some classes. Kitty, if you're going to leave, I have to hug you. She comes up for like 30 seconds. Yeah, I have many copies of some classes, but I only have one rogue. What's that? That's I don't know what that one is either. I'm rapidly realizing that I've completely forgotten what all the buttons do. Maybe I was supposed to twist it the other way. Maybe I've been loosening it instead of tightening it up. It feels like maybe a little better. I don't know what could have possibly adjusted it. The cold? Ghosts? I'm gonna have to work on that. Alright, chipping away at this. 7 seconds and I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. My Goblin Warrior rules other than Hoarder. I mean, that's a That's kind of an inflammatory take. Yeah, it's a Herman Miller embody. It's a great chair. It's, I think, done a world of good for my back. It's just been so long since I've set it up that I've... It's the one on the right, right? Something... It's the back tilt has gotten, like, way loose. I need it to hold me up a little better. Are we still a tea addict? I'm a tea enjoyer. Lately, though, I've been starting my day with a cup of coffee. And then I will generally switch to tea for the rest of the day. And because I've already had most of my caffeine from coffee, most of the tea I'm drinking is decaf or like very low caffeine now. So not so much hitting the black tea, although I had some yesterday. Sometimes in the early afternoon. In theory, in my brain, it gives me like a boost to get through the afternoon. In practice, it just kind of makes me extra nervous for an hour and then I crash. So I feel like I should stop doing that. Haunted chairs. Yeah. I don't know what I did. I'm going to have to mess with it at some point because I think if I stream like this all day, I'm going to get a backache. I'm used to it holding me up. Oh, empty bags. So satisfying. I'm so happy I went and actually got all of my... I cleaned out the bags of all my characters. It feels so good. Main one faction, have one alt opposite side. Decide which one I would main. Yeah. Playing both sides these days helps a lot. I used to think it wasn't necessary, and that's why I'm still catching up on Horde stuff from BFA. I'm pretty sure there's Horde BFA rep mounts, like regular old rep mounts that I don't have, I think. Anyway, this is Lydia. I need Lydia on elementals. All right. Oh, I have a team for it too. Wow, imagine that. Hey. Maybe while I'm getting through my script, I can. Herman Miller body controls. I'll Google it. Gaming chair adjustments. Stay game ready. I'm always game ready. 6 easy steps. I know about the arms. Oh. I've been playing with the wrong knob. I was adjusting. Turn the back fit knob clockwise to shape the adjustment to your spine. I'll come back to that after I have the tension right. Whoopsies! Twisting the wrong knobs. It's not the seat height. It's not the seat depth. There's a tilt tension. Yeah, that's what I need. Sorry, I know this is thrilling content, I'm sure. Turn the knob below the right side of the seat. No, that's what I have been doing. What's the difference between that and the seat depth? Not the seat depth, the back fit. Oh, the back fit one's... Oh, it's a different knob. Okay, I've left that one alone. Thank goodness. That one seems complicated. Okay, I'm messing with the correct knob. There's so many knobs in this chair. Clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise should increase the tension. How do clocks go? Clocks go this way. I must have just, like, undone it. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, there we go. I fixed it. Woo! Twist the knob. I've been twisting the knob. I twist maybe too much. Yeah. Oh, I think we're okay. Of course, now I'm second guessing. I should just leave it alone and figure out if it's actually a problem or if I just have... I'm thinking about it too much now. Oh, man. I have not been doing the Mythic Dawn of the Infinite grind to get the Reigns of the Quantum Courser random mount. I know exactly what you mean. That's quite the sentence. No, I haven't. Right now, for WoW, if I didn't do it on stream, I didn't do it. My schedule right now, the only time I really have to, like, play WoW is on stream. So if you didn't see it, it didn't happen. Just playing the hubby. That's what my wife does. Oh. No one's messing with the chair. In the car, sure. In the car, we both have to, like, adjust the seat and the mirrors for, like, our selves. So, like, if you've been driving it after they've been driving it, you need to kind of, like, think about it before you leave. Otherwise, you're like, geez, hang on. None of this is right. Not so much gaming chairs, though. All right. Did we do it? Was it a good job? Yeah, nice. Should I... This character's gonna have all kinds of bandages because she's actually getting them from the daily bag. I have like a little party favor style fidget silicone like bubble popper thing. And yesterday tragedy struck and I put one of my fingers right through it. I don't know why I thought that this extremely cheap toy would be indestructible. My $2.50 at Canadian Tire truly down the drain after 2 years. Unplayable, literally, yeah. I mean, if anything, my fingers were trying to figure out all of the nuances of the new broken bubble. It's like when you have a tooth out and your tongue can't keep out of the cavity where your tooth used to be. Sharp nails. I do have some nails. Yeah. That might be part of it. It's also a cheap thing that I've been messing with for years. But you know, there's 6 bubbles on it, and I only broke one of them. We got 5 more to go. Oh, this is just the beginning. Eric Davidson. Eric Davidson needs an elemental team. You got it. I like this because I feel like I'm doing favors for myself. I feel like I'm both like the secretary and like the executor of this. I feel like I'm assigning myself little tasks to do and then I'm doing them and being like, and Eric Davidson, an elemental, has been completed. I'll invoice you. Daughter has those in her backpack. Yeah. I like having a fidget on my desk. And I used to have like one of those tangle fidgets, these like plastic things that like rotate. I didn't like that one so much. This one's a little better. If I don't have anything, I just start clicking my pens incessantly, and that's not fun for anybody. This Pet Battle add-on is Rematch and also Pet Battle scripts, and I've informed it with data from WoW pet guides. So I don't have to do a whole lot. Rematch is probably the one you're thinking of because that's the one that saves all the teams. You have to import teams into it, but works real good. Are pet battles over? Are pet battles over at midnight? I mean, it's a little weird that they didn't just... If they had just added... Literally, if they had just added one tamer to each zone to maybe have, like, a world quest sometimes, you could have bypassed a lot of this. You could have limped it along in its current form without, like, an awful lot of new stuff. But we'll see what they do. Hopefully they come up with something different. Alright, that's good. That one's done. We need Steven Lisbane, Cortus, Darkhammer, and Everest, and then we'll finish the Elemental one. I'm kind of like halfway through an achievement on each one of these. Both sound amazing. Yeah. There's a section on the Zufu's Pet Guide. This is a website that I use to like find teams and stuff, and they also have a section talking about add-ons with like info about how to set them up and stuff. Do you guys use fidgets? Do you like them? Do you have a favorite type? I was, a lot of them are magnetic, which you need to be careful with, like magnet balls, because you don't want pets, or children, but I have pets, to eat them on accident. Although, I don't want my pets to eat a lot of things. I don't know if they would try to eat them. Hi, Milligram. Good morning. Speaking of magnets, I fell down a rabbit hole learning about magnetic nail polish, and I'm kind of feeling like I might have another nail art phase. Or at least a nail sparkly phase. I am the fidget. Do stuff like pop the back of a remote on and off if that counts. Yeah. But you don't have devices that are specifically assigned to that purpose. This fellow is Steven Lisbane. I'm pretty sure I need him with Elemental. I do. That's the stuff. Careful with that if you have to go into an MRI. Yeah, I'll have to let my standard MRI tech know. Take it off before my weekly scan. Pens with full metal bodies make for good fidgets. No one looks at me weird for playing with them in meetings. I want to today, I don't know about finish, but I want to do some more work on my WoW version of my office. I want to work on the desk and the computer setup specifically. I have some ideas. They're all shamelessly ripped off from other desks and computers that I've seen. I have a squeeze foam fidget, builds grip strength, that hopefully help curtail tendinitis. Have a toy that is two metal things stuck together. There's one way to get them apart. Sometimes do that over and over. It's just so funny that I feel so betrayed by like this insanely cheap thing letting me down after literal years of service. How dare this tiny keychain betray me? What do you mean you're not built for life? Looking good. These are nice and fast. And we only have 2 more teams. Cortas and Everessa. I'm just kind of working down my character list. I'm British. I'm never built for life. Sorry. Gaps. What is your favorite thing? Or the best thing that comes to mind anyway, that you like about being British or where you live? If you had to pick one thing that's like kind of cool. I don't know what it is, because I'm not British. I have some small amount of British envy left over from my my youth. Why does WoW kick you from the game if you type /camp in chat? Did you get pranked by trade chat? That's a command that's been in there a long time. /AFK will do it too if you're in a PvP instance. Nothing. I was not at the Blizzard event yesterday, and if I had been, I would be pretty jet-lagged right now. I am Canadian, but I'm kind of on the... I'm about as far from that event as you possibly could be while still remaining in Canada. It's not up the road for me. Alright, Everessa. Was the event fun? Did people watch the stuff? All jokes aside, like the food here. Got a favorite dish? Built a small form factor, liquid cooled gaming PC this morning. Oh, that's fun. A couple months planning, came out great. It's such a good feeling when everything actually goes to plan. How long does it take you to put it together? I always feel like it should, I mean, I haven't done it for years, but I always felt like it should take me like an hour to 2 hours, and it actually takes me like 7. Because there's always something that goes wrong. Beans on toast. Gotcha. Scrambled eggs, but that's a universal thing. Beans on toast is like one of my go-to budget lunches. Just to heat up a can of baked beans, make some toast. I don't serve the beans on the toast, though. I dip the toast in the beans. The beans are in a bowl like a soup. Finished making my frists for housing decor for Dragonflight and Worthen and Leatherworking. Firsts, maybe? 5 more crafting skills to go. Backwards from Shadowlands to Classic. Nice. Do I want my druid to wear a Silver Moon themed mog or a light themed mog? I would go light themed. Because it's a night elf, but that's just me. That's how I used to do it. Liquid cooled, usually at least 8 hours. Air cooled goes quick depending on how much ARGB stuff you put in. What, it's not built into all of your components already? Listen, if it doesn't light up like a Christmas tree the moment I plug it in, then what was everybody involved in manufacturing it doing with their lives? No, you're fine. I thought maybe it was a word I didn't know. I always want new words. Creamed eggs on toast? Smells bad, tastes good. How do you get scripts to work? They have to be imported and attached to the rematch strat. So there is, in a rematch strat, if you right-click it, there's an edit script dropdown. And then this is kind of the input area where the script actually goes. These days, if you import a rematch string that has a script attached, it'll bring the script automatically. You used to have to set them up separately. Nowadays, it kind of comes along with it. And then as long as you have the add-on installed, the auto battle button should work if you have the script in. Assuming it's a good script, but most of them are. Coming along. First should be a character name. Adored cheesy beans and toast. Oh, I woke up at like 6:30 and I just refused to get out of bed until my alarm actually went off like way later. I just wasn't ready to be up yet, but I wasn't tired either. I wanted to go back to sleep, but there was no world where I was going back to sleep. I added cheese to literally everything when I was a kid. I always end up manually doing things. I used to read off of the strat on my second monitor on the website, but the script definitely saves a lot of brain cells. Every company uses proprietary plugins, which can make it really hurt your soul trying to assemble. Was it awful getting components? Were they insanely expensive right now? It feels like it's been a bad time to build a PC for like years. I don't know if there's ever going to be another good window to build a gaming PC. Seems spendy. I'm just limping this one along for as long as I possibly can. So Lindsay, I think I did. I've done her for Elemental, so we could move on to Humanoid. Nope, we did that too. Why am I so far ahead of this one? Mechanical, I suppose? Works for me. Here's a Lindsay mech team. Happy Midnight Week. Happy Midnight Week. I gotta cook something. I gotta cook a batch of something. Or a couple batches of something. I should soak some beans for some chili. That would be good. Spouse made me miso soup for lunch yesterday, and it was so nice. I was so cold. And it was such nice hot soup. What are you thinking? Probably just a batch of curry and a batch of chili. We usually get one meal and then 2 days worth of leftovers out of each of them. So if I do both of them, I'm not expecting to be marathon gaming. So it's more of like a nice thought than it is like an actual stopgap measure. It's really only Thursday night that I think neither one of us is going to want to stop to actually cook anything. We could just like pick up like a pizza or something. Save my names for the two hair near I plan on making. Boromir and Nearfar. Bracket wherever you are. Price is pretty inflated, especially, yeah, memory. Bought my RAM sticks back before every company sold their souls. Yeah. I remember when it was graphics cards and crypto mining that was the big problem. And I thought, this will end and things will go back to normal. That's what I get for thinking. Those can just stay there. Luckily, it seems like our hardware is at a point where if you don't... For someone like me who is playing WoW and then otherwise fairly old or not graphically demanding games, there's no reason why you can't, assuming it stays in good condition, continue using the same PC for a long time. It's just kind of like phones. I used to upgrade my phone every 2 years, and the last time I got a new phone, I think was 2020 maybe even 2019. The battery kind of sucks on it, but it's otherwise fine. Like, they just reached a point where unless you're doing something real wacko, they're all right. It's not the same like massive games that we were getting 10-15 years ago. This guy's at a pet taper. Spent $580 on RAM. Oh. Ordered a PC, and it seemed like the delivery people stole it, so I had to get it refunded, which sucked. Oh. Holy moly. I'm just trying to get my pet pals done. Trying to render out some cute little raid guides. That's all I need my memory for. Durin. Alright. Is Durin my last elemental one? No, it's Cortus. What about... I'm kind of working down this hill on the left. Oh, he's done humanoid too. Mechanical. Just disappeared during the delivery process. Some people change their iPhone to every year to spend like 95% of the time on WhatsApp and TikTok. What's the point? It used to be that the newer phones were like either significantly faster or had like noticeably better cameras, but we hit a point where it kind of stopped being a problem. They really ran out of new features to sell me that I care about. Apparently the latest thing that they're trying to get together is like widespread mass market and not just like sort of kitschy folding phones. And I can't think of a possible reason why I would give a tiny amount of care, to put it cleanly, that my phone would fold. What if it didn't, you know? Like, that's fine. Chill. Save the money that you're spending to make the phone fold and buy a sandwich or something. It's not that important. Apple might die. Do you want Apple to die? Apple can live or die without me. Only folding phone I buy is a clamshell dumb phone. We had folding phones in the early 2000s. Yeah. I don't think that the folding was the nostalgic part, although it was fun to slap them shut when you were hanging up the phone. I think it was the fact that they hadn't ruined our lives yet. I will upgrade my phone when the OS stops being supported for security updates, I think. I think that's where it's at. I would love to go to a dumb phone, but I think I have too many authenticators that need the smartphone, as well as like weird garbage that needs you to have an app to set it up and run it. And I guess I could use like a Wi-Fi device for that. And then... But at that point, like, I may as well have the darn phone. Use my fancy S20 whatever phone solely as a music player. Having an app for literally everything annoys me so much these days. Thought it was hilarious when a folding phone with a folding screen was released and everyone was surprised when they got a huge fold line in the middle of the screen. It's like, what do you expect? I don't even know why I can't access the Moonwell Lunar Quest. Has that character ever done it before? It might be worth trying another character. Yeah, it's one time per character's lifetime. It's not yearly. I would try another character and see if they see it, and if not, maybe check something like Trivial Quests. Let's see, this should work, huh? But yeah, I went there on a remix character, and it was there. I didn't need to do any like unlocks or prerequisites or anything. What am I going to use to make monitor stands? I know people use paintings to make monitors. I've heard good things about the Sun Will Rise. I guess people stand them up with just like beams and stuff. Just kind of thinking ahead a little bit of my office that I want to decorate. A really shrunken table as a monitor stand? Thanks for the lunar tip for remix salts. I was going insane getting elders. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure I heard it from somewhere. David Koss. They've been trying to make they've been trying to put gaming computer processing on the cloud. Cloud gaming services have been trying to be a thing for a long time. I think that the latency is going to continue to be a problem. For gaming, I think that's going to be hard to overcome. I don't think you're going to get widespread adoption until it's like the best and most convenient thing, and I think they're pretty far from that. I could be wrong, though. Nothing says that I have good takes. We're looking for not that one. I just say stuff all day. Some of it's bound to be stupid. Humanoid. Let's do humanoid. Do you want a stand or do you want an arm? So I want a stand that looks like the stands I have, which are kind of like arms. They are there's a foot to it. It's not a clamp, it's a foot. And then there's a pole, a vertical pole with arms that attach to the back of them. That might be too much. I may just mount them on like tiny beams and then like shrunken down rocks or something. I would like it to look more metallic than wooden, if possible. Wooden monitor stands are weird, and I'll die on that hill. Gonna get widespread adoption when your RAM is $1,000. Yeah, it's true. Friend loves gaming on his fold phone for some reason. Fan of cloud gaming. Hi, Tweak. How you doing? Shrunk fence? Vertical posts. Fence posts might work. Yeah. Fence posts is a good idea. And there's some different options too. Yeah, I'm gonna try and wait out the RAM prices. I think I have time to do it. Either that or I try to get famous enough to squeeze a computer out of some other company, but I think that maybe the days of that might be over, but like... just look real cute and say, please. Mavis, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Didn't you do that last time? I mean, I didn't really, like, squeeze them for it. They just kind of offered it to me. That was a great sponsorship for me, but I can't deny that I don't know if they got a lot for their money. I think that's part of why there was just kind of an era where streaming sponsorships for stuff like that had a lot of budget. Like, there was a lot of advertising budget going around. And there wasn't an awful lot of, I guess, like, actual work or events done. Like, they could have had me do so many more advertisements for them, but they just never used them. They never asked me to. So they just had me on retainer so that I could use their PC and have a little graphic in the panels and a little thing in the chat box. And they, in my biased opinion, paid me way too much money for that. I loved it. Great for me. Not surprised they couldn't afford it anymore. They dropped a lot of their influencers, I think, because somebody looked at the budget and went, well, this doesn't add up. There is no world in which I made them enough sales to pay for what they were paying me. Not a chance. Setting aside the computer. Is Prime sub free every month? It's included in the Prime that you already pay. So if you're paying for Amazon Prime, you don't have to pay anything extra and you have a sub to give to people. Based Bruno, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Also, speaking of Prime subs, we had Mavis. I think we mentioned that. Thank you. And Sugar Venom LYL. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You do have to do it manually every month. That part is kind of annoying. I don't know, actually. I just fought David Koss, and I think... Okay, it wasn't Cortis Darkhammer. Did I even do it on a family? I think I must have done Humanoid just now. Yeah, I did Humanoid. Okay, good. Sometimes I autopilot, and I just start doing a default strat that's not for the achievement because I see Pet Battle and I click. Why are you not doing all the species in a row? You can only fight it once a day. These old tamers are daily locked. Miami 441, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. There is a new support a streamer pet coming soon. It's going to launch right when early access launches. It'll be 2 gift subs for a insanely cute pet. It's a little snow seal pup looking thing. Thursday afternoon. February the 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific. Starts in the afternoon. And coincidentally, I also start in the afternoon on Thursday. I'm going to bump Thursday's stream to later in the day to line up with launch. I'll start about an hour before launch. And Deeza's done there. Let's do Deeza Humanoid if we can. What a coincidence. You doing nails again? I was thinking about it. I just took off my nail polish last night. I don't have nearly as much nail art equipment. I don't have as many supplies as I used to. So the best I could do would be a vaguely themed color. And I don't even really have colors that fit the theme right now. I got rid of a lot of my nail art stuff a move or two ago. I don't have a whole lot. I've been kind of thinking about getting back into it. The nail art folks are doing some bonko stuff with like spinning magnets and magnetic fragments and polish and stuff. And I'm feeling like I want to get back into it, especially because it's something that I can like show off on stream. Like there's, in terms of my fashion expression, my palette, or not my palette, my workspace is fairly limited in terms of what people actually see, because nobody sees me in my real life because I'm an enormous hermit, so that's out. It's basically, what am I wearing to the grocery store? Which is fire, by the way. Or what's going on with, I guess, face, hair, sweater, which needs to be warm because I'm freaking cold. And then hands. So if I want to express myself, I have nails, I have jewelry. Earrings aren't all that comfy. I have my watches, which I've been wearing. I've been looking at other watches because I want to start collecting, like, not expensive watches and not Rolexes or anything, but like colorful watches, but I can't find anything I like enough to buy. And then I guess hair if I want to mess with my hair again, which I might. We'll see. Doesn't it burn? Doesn't what burn? Safe to assume if anything burns, I'm not doing it. I am a huge proponent of things must be comfy or else I'm not doing them. Perhaps undeath is not the answer. Oh, wearing fire to the store. Yeah. I'm not actually that fashionable. I wear sweatpants pretty much everywhere. If I have like a more official appointment to see like an accountant or something, I will maybe wear like jeans. And that's about as fancy as I get. And I'm cold the whole time. I get home and I have to take them off and like get under a heated blanket or something to restore my heat like a lizard. I should come with a heat lamp. Hope to catch stream next week. Enjoy big launch energy. Thanks, ProtoQuest. Like a lizard, sure. Yeah. I had a sad, and this is like such a spoiled, not important thing. I had a sad thing about a watch. I guess I can tell this story. Hang on, I'm doing Zoltan. We've done him with Aquatic. We've done him with Critter. Let's do him with Elemental. I'm only doing 2 of these guys for some reason. There we go. How is your cellar pump? It's good. I'm guessing you just heard it. It works good. Rattles the floor a little bit, but that's just how you know it's working. Goats more, thank you for the 6-month resub. Appreciate it. Basking stone heat lamp doesn't sound that bad. Ernest Borel watches vintage ones. Ooh, let me look into it. I have been scraping the internet for cool looking watches. I have checked out, I feel like, all of the micro brands, and I'm so picky. Ernest Borel. So I had gotten a couple of watches for Christmas. They were all Casio. They're all quartz watches. They're not crazy expensive. We're talking like $100, like Canadian. We're not talking thousands of dollars. And I had gotten one, and I had told myself I was going to order myself this watch when I completed like a goal of mine. And but then the watch went on sale. So I ordered it even though I hadn't completed the goal yet, but I didn't let myself wear it until I had actually done the thing I said I was going to do. So the watch sits, I get the watch. Let me show you the graphic here. Pull it up. You might have seen it. Different color. I get the watch. It looks like this. It's cute. I think it's cute. It fits the vibe that I was going for. And they have this little cappy thing that clips onto the watch, which is a bit weird because the G-Shocks and the Baby G's are supposed to be hyper durable, but whatever. It's got like a little bezel cap that clips on. And it sits in a drawer for... I also like that the hearts like change color as like the time goes around because the dial spins. Anyway, it sits in a drawer for like a month because I haven't unlocked it yet. And I finally do the thing and I get to wear the watch and I'm so excited and it's so cute. And I wear it for a day and then the next day I wear it because I'm so excited that I finally like have unlocked it for myself. And I wear it out to the store, and when I come home, at some point, the bezel thing must have knocked off of it, and I didn't notice, and it's gone now. And it's not a part that they sell. It's just a little plastic cap, but it doesn't look right without it. It's not a part that they sell. And I am a little upset with the design of the thing, that it can come off that easily in the first place, because it was definitely on. But I'm mostly just upset at, I don't know, myself, I guess. It was a huge bummer. And I've been trying to find, like, a different model, because I don't want another one of those, because clearly that's not great design. But I've been trying to find something else that I liked as much, because I really liked it. And there's nothing, at least in the same price range. And very little with the same kind of, like, sort of vibe. I've looked through a lot of Swatch watches. I've looked through a lot of the other Casios. I don't like it. I'm too picky. This has been my spoiled girl rant. Thank you for listening. I was sad. I still have the watch. The watch works. It just doesn't have the cap thing on it. I've worn it once or twice without the cap in protest, but I know it's not the same. Problem with watches, if you don't wear them often, batteries run down fast. What? Why would that be true? Heat? I've never heard that. Battery should last a couple years on it. Certainly more than like an Apple Watch or something. See, Gail Shard, thank you for the 42-month resub. Thanks for the great streams. Thank you so much. Crazy they don't sell the cap separately. Yeah, and there's barely any, like, posts or support or anything. It's a pretty niche thing to begin with, so it's not like there's a whole lot of... I couldn't find any stories of anybody else having that experience. I couldn't find any, like, off-brand. It's not, like, a popular enough item that you can just get, like, an off-brand 3D printed one. No, whatever. it's not so much the money. It wasn't that expensive on sale. It was the emotions. I was just so excited to wear it. I had waited for so long. I felt so cute for one day. It's like having your ice cream fall out of your hand when you're a toddler. Stone Cold Trixie. What are we saying here? Also, did I ever finish, speaking of the Eastern Kingdoms, did I ever finish the Elemental Battler? No, I never... I must need to move a character to Cortus Darkhammer, because I think I'm missing out on that one. Anyway, for Kalimdor, let's do Elemental Trixie. If we can. But a wind-up watch for work to keep that from happening. I've looked into the various, like, watch communities and styles to kind of figure out what I like and don't like. And I think automatic, or, like, wind-up watches, mechanical watches, not for me. I think I like a cheap quartz. I'm not fussy about the movement. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want the watch to do too much. I don't want it syncing with my phone. I don't want to be twiddling with it. I don't want to be solar charging it. I just kind of wanted to go around and around for a couple of years until I stick another CO32 in it. You know, that's not that much to ask. Plus, those ones are cheaper anyways. I don't want to spend a ton of money. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just want to look cute. What is the warranty on the watch? I'm sure it has like a year or 3 years, but I don't think they account for you losing something because you lost it. It's not like the watch stopped ticking. It's that the cap came off while I was shopping and it's gone forever. Anyway, thank you for listening to Man Rant. There's a really cool, speaking of Britain, there's a really cool British micro watch brand called Mr. Jones Watches, and they do some really cool stuff. They have a lot of watches that don't have traditional hands, but instead have like these floating art elements that rotate around that point to the time instead. So they take a little bit longer to read, but they're gorgeous. And I like some of those, but they're more expensive. They're not like, it would be like a couple $100 Canadian, which is more than I'm willing to spend right now. So maybe one day. They're also not quite as bright. Right now I'm feeling something like really vivid and almost like more retro looking than that. Good morning, all you beautiful humans. Good morning. You might be able to find a different, like a more generic, like watch repair place to do your battery. A fossil watch should be a fairly generic battery replacement. I bet you don't have to go to the fossil store specifically. Maybe. Dad got me a new Tag Cure Formula One Red Bull Edition watch. Nice. Love it. I felt so proud of myself for just like remembering that watches exist outside of smartwatches. I had an Apple Watch for so long, it never occurred to me that I could go back, because I wasn't a watch wearer before, I just didn't know what time it was. Just looked them up. One of the hands said remember, and then the other one says you will die. They have some awesome ones. They're very cool. I don't think I'm ever going to be in Europe, but if I ever was in London, I would go to the store. I would have to at that point. Haven't had a watch since I got a smartphone. I just hate whipping my phone out to check the time because, first of all, I have to find the darn thing. Second of all, it's kind of big. And then third of all, if I look at the phone, there's a non-zero chance I end up getting sucked into something I didn't mean to do. And I don't want to look at the darn thing. I'm banishing it to the closet. I just wanted to know the time. That's what I like about my watch, is it can only tell me the time. All right, Bill Buckler. What are we saying here? What are we doing today? Also, I'm going to have to find another person to go set up in Cortus. Shall we do humanoid? Sure. Join the Squirrel Squad Warcraft Guild. Seems chill. Nice. Used to be the case even places like Target or department stores would have watch battery replacement tools. Yeah. Gold pocket watch in a box somewhere. A wristwatch would be good. Don't think I have my old G-Shock though. I think G-Shocks are fun. The bright pink one that I wear a lot. This is kind of like the baby pink one. I also have like a more reddish pink one. That's a G-Shock. I decided for me, I only want analog watches. But if you like mechanical watches, they do all kinds of, or not mechanical, digital watches. They do all kinds of digital watches. I like the way the hands display the time. I like the visual nature of an analog watch or an analog clock. And it's showing me in the form of like a shape, like a geometric shape, how long is left in the hour or how far into the hour I am. I like that a lot. Don't think it tells time. It does, somehow. Yeah, there's a trick to each of them. That one, the letters also will like scramble, so it doesn't say that. It only says that once an hour, otherwise it's scrambled letters. I think it's fun, but I don't think I would wear a watch that had a F-bomb on it out in public, because what if a child is like, oh, your watch is really cool, can I see it? Which has never happened before in my life, but like, I don't know. If I was visiting my nephew, I don't want to be the one to teach him that word. I guess I wouldn't wear that one, but... Strawberries with a hand would have been fitting. The cat one is my favorite one. I think it's called Misapros, something like that. The cat with the mouse that it's chasing. I love that one. It's so cute. Regular watches can be a slippery slope. Used to wear a Timex and a Fossil, falling deep down the rabbit hole to watches that cost more. I go on watch forums sometimes, and people will like post like pictures, always in their car for some reason, which is really funny to me. You get a lot of like dudes with like their steering wheel and they're like their watch, which is a vibe, you know. Work it, Herman. But like, the watches are all so boring to me. I don't think that expensive watches would get me because they're all so normal. I want weird. I want bright. I want loud. I want fun. I want color. I don't know why you would pay so much for a gray watch. I'm fairly deep into that rabbit hole. I get into stuff like this every now and then. I expect that I'll stay in that hole for a few years and then I'll move on to something else. I can already feel the nails calling my name. I gotta go get an alliance character, maybe one of my hunters. Or if I have another alliance character in the lineup, I gotta go get him to Cortus. Cassie, a ring watch? Nicer than wearing on your waist. You need a 90s massive necklace clock. Yeah, Mr. T's not gonna have anything on me. It's just nice to have something to be shopping for that you know you're probably not going to actually buy anytime soon. I feel like it scratches my dopamine itch of wanting something without actually taking my money. It's entertainment for me at this point. Although it sure does a number on your Google ads. Alright, which one of you guys is Alliance and not parked somewhere? Mollywobble. How far along are you? Not very. I have 2... I think I'm about to get my 3rd one done for Eastern Kingdoms, but that's the only one I have meaningful progress on. Are you interested in a wristwatch restoration videos? Not really. I'm not that much of a nerd about like the actual mechanics of it. I think it's cool that they can tell time. I think it's fun that the quartz ones have a little rock in there that works for some reason. I'm not that much of a nerd about the actual in bits. I'm more about the fashion of it. What are we looking for? We're looking for a map that will remind me where Cortus is. He's going to be north of Stormwind. Where does my Hearthstone take me? Dornigal. Yeah, same diff. What I love about mechanical is the precise engineering required to make one. People seem to really love those. They seem to be a whole hobby for some people. Going to Alliance. Every time I'm reminded my friends' kids can't read analog clocks makes me feel a bajillion years old. My nephew's got his first watch recently, and it's an analog one, and he's working on learning how to tell time on it. I think a little bit of a lost art, but I was bad at telling time on analog clocks. I didn't really get a good grip on it for a long time, despite learning in school, and also all the school clocks were all analog on the walls, like, and I didn't even have digital time. Like, I had every reason to learn it, and it was hard for me. But now I prefer it because of that visual nature. I've used things like I have a lot of I have a lot of like coping with life tools and workarounds that are generally for like ADHD or otherwise neurodivergent people, despite the fact that according to my therapist I am none of the above, but they work for me, so what are you gonna do? I use things like this, which are like sort of like visual timers. This one's broken, but this is kind of what an analog clock reminds me of, is giving you like a really visual way to gauge how much time is left in a thing. Yeah, this is cute. It's a shame that it's broken. It's and that's the same kind of thing I get off of just like a regular analog clock. Yeah, therapists can be wrong. Screening's also expensive, but at a certain point, like, getting a diagnosis for me, if it was true, is completely immaterial. If I can figure out how to manage whatever is up with me, which may be nothing, it may be just me being me, but as long as I can manage it and I'm happy with how I'm living, then job done. That's the whole point. I don't need like a label. It just turns out that those ADHD people have really come up with some great tips. They're onto it. I'm going this way. Same timer on my desk. Perhaps I should speak with a professional. I think a lot of it works well for people regardless of your state of neurodiversity or otherwise, and I think a lot of it's also a spectrum. There's probably states that would or wouldn't meet diagnosis with different professionals, but if the thing helps, then it helps, you know. The timers are cheap on Amazon. It's not a big deal. If there was ever to be a World of Warcraft mechanical or analog watch, would you consider buying one? I'm not going to lie to you. I have no faith in the quality of a WoW promotional product tie-in. I don't think I would buy it because I would immediately assume that it was outsourced and gimmicky. If they partnered with, I guess, Casio, I still don't think I would do it. Because I think at this point, earlier in my career, I would have absolutely gone for it, but I have set up some boundaries in my life to make sure the WoW stays where the WoW goes and doesn't swallow up my personality. Especially because it's something I do for work. I know I don't work for Blizzard, but like Warcraft is very much what I do to make a living. So not having like for an example is I don't have any WoW stuff in my house outside of my office. I have all my canvases and all my plush, and it all stays here. And none of it leaves the hermetically sealed boundary of my office door because I need the rest of my life to be me. But also, I don't know if I would have a lot of faith that the thing would be any good. They've made a lot of cheap promos. Those things are usually just kind of marked up to take advantage of excited fans. And by all means, you know, have at it. There's some value in that. I've bought collaborations before. I bought ColourPop Animal Crossing Blush once. It was fine. It was all right. I'm doing this guy with Elemental, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I bought some pretty iffy merch before. I think my merch buying days are over. I am looking for my add-ons. I don't have a pep add-on right now. Thinking about why I wear the analog G-Shock over the digital. Same thing. Let's not just be. It's good to compartmentalize. Yeah, exactly. They have an in-game watch. I don't know if they've ever released a physical, like a real-life watch. They may have done. I only started wearing watches again this year, like around Christmas time, so I'm pretty new to all of this. We're looking for an elemental team, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double-check that if we're going to do it. Yeah, canvases hold up great. Plushies, too. It turns out sitting on a shelf as a plushie is a pretty reliable job, and they can keep it up. It is an item that I don't think I'm going to need to replace or update or upgrade, and I appreciate that. It's been working hard as a stream background since 2017 or so. Yes, this is what I'm doing. Got the Animal Crossing ones and the Sailor Moon one. I feel like ColourPop's whole business model was just collaborations, and honestly, you know, go for it. As long as Moose doesn't grow further. Sir Plushie doing his job. We did lose a few to the puppy when he was a baby and his shopping off of my shelves. Had to stop wearing my smartwatch. It felt like it was just yelling at me all the time. I have 0% patience for my technology bothering me at anything. I'm lucky that I don't have a lot of responsibility, so I'm able to live a pretty low notification lifestyle. But if, like... I don't know, one of my devices or services or something decides that it wants to yell at me to tell me about something that's its idea, I am shutting that down real quick. Anything can have the plug pulled on it at any moment. Plushie doesn't support latest OS. Better upgrade. I'm not going to go out of my way to set myself up so people can advertise to me and or attempt to manipulate my emotions to make me more likely to buy stuff. You don't get to come in my house and do that. Where's Saga? Hi, Saga. Got a pre-order for what is essentially the new BlackBerry because I want my phone to do less. Is it by the same company? Oh, I remember when they were on their way out and they were trying to sell their tablets. They had just come out with a tablet and we couldn't give them away. There was so much stock. What was it called? BlackBerry tablet. The BlackBerry Playbook. There was so much stock. And they discounted them and discounted them and discounted them, and you couldn't get rid of them. Because they ran on an exclusive OS and access their own exclusive app store. So it's not like you could go on the Android App Store or the Apple App Store or even the Microsoft App Store. It was like, if you needed it for very specific things that you knew BlackBerry was going to support, then sure, fine. Take like like a $200, $150, or $99 tablet in a world in which most of the competitors are like $550. But it was pretty useless in the wider ecosystem, and it was pretty sad. I think a lot of them probably didn't find homes. Racing game is awesome. Called something else now. I have Apple smart speakers, and I use them for music. And I like that it's all voice controlled, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I would be better off with a CD player and a stack of CDs. The fact that I can ask for any music has really highlighted to me that I have no creativity or imagination or memory or ability to source new music that I like. So I can only ask for the same thing, so I may as well just have a darn disc. And stop paying them every month. Alright, let's do some decorating. I think we've reached that point of our day. Yeah, I don't know about phase diving and rescue wraps. I feel like you will need them. YouTube music, find random stuff that's trending. A lot of new music that way. Here we are. This is looking pretty good. Shelf is good. Plushie shelf is good. We'll fill it out with plushies as we get more of them over time. These are a little dark, but short of putting an actual spotlight on them, I don't know of a way to brighten them up, so I think they're fine. This one's a smidge high, or this one's a smidge low. They have different frames, it's kind of tough. CDs are cool, it's music stored in the form of light reflections. Grinding lumber achievements. You could listen to the radio, that's true. I could. Radio has advertisements, though, and radio advertisements are awful. There's nothing worse. I mean, there's lots of worse things, but it is not great to be stuck in a car when someone else is playing a radio station, like an Uber or something, and it's just like 20 minutes of the most inane advertisements you've ever heard, and you can't get away from them. The worst form of advertisements. Alright. Happy with the background. Not going to mess with it anymore for the time being. This looks pretty accurate. The only other thing I would add is maybe a cat tree or like a pet bed if we get one of those eventually. But right now I think this is good. It's got enough purple glow. I think that I'm happy with that, which means I need to turn my attention over here. I was mostly joking with a lot of this stuff that I put down. The mechanical gauges and the cog stacks and pistons and stuff. Largely joking with all this, but some of the stuff I do think I'm going to use eventually. Doghouse, but that one's odd indoors, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be kind of like the approximation of my streaming room. I've got the green curtains, just like I have over here. It'll be good. So, let's clean up. I'm happy with this table, actually. I think it's dyeable, and I didn't dye it yet. So I think I'm going to do dyes now. I want it to look more like my actual table, so it's going to need to have darker metal accents. Yeah, darker metal accents. That one is pretty close. Maybe even a little darker than that. Dark iron, maybe? Not quite black, but let me see how the black looks with the redder wood. Not that red. Mahogany, yeah. So mahogany, and then I think that's pretty much it. So I need a mahogany dye. Yeah, the Mechagon stuff is cute for Inksy. Got so mad at radio on my last work trip. Tried out FM radio to find new music on a 3-hour drive and heard more commercials than music in the first hour and switched it off in frustration. I'm using advanced decorating tools is my decorating add-on that you'll see there. I don't really play piano. I learned to play just enough piano to get into university on a music program, and then I immediately forgot everything I knew. If you put me in front of a piano, I would have nothing. Mahogany. I also can't jam. It's a critical failure in me as a musician. Even when I was proficient at trumpet, which was my main instrument, you could put me in a group of other musicians and they would be jamming and I would be at a complete crisis because I can't tell a key by ear. I can't improvise really, or at least I couldn't at the time. I was missing that chip in my brain and it caused me great angst as a child because other people could be like, yeah, let's jam and let's make some music. And they would just start doing it. And I would be like, how did you do that? I don't understand. I need it written out for me. I panic. Great feelings of something seriously wrong with me because I was otherwise pretty hardworking, and very into it. But like, it would drive me nuts too, because some of these people were just more creative than me, and they weren't as hardworking, so they wouldn't really practice. They would show up late, they would forget their instrument, but when they were finally got set up, they would be able to just sit down and do really cool stuff, and I was infinitely jealous. Seething about the whole thing. Because I wanted it so bad. It looked like such a fun social experience. And I just didn't have the chip. And people would try to get me in on it. Like, everybody was very nice. People would try and, like, give me ins. Nothing. Nothing coming out. Absolute chronic choking. Let's customize this table, shall we? Love the windowsills. Thank you. This is very true to what I do in real life. If there's a windowsill and it gets light, there's going to be plants on it. All right, here we go. This is going to be mahogany. This is going to be dark iron. That's my table. Bet streaming has developed your improv? Maybe. No, haven't played a thing since I quit. 16 years ago? Haven't touched it. Played the bagpipes all through high school, and if I were to pick them up now, I would have no clue. Yeah, I think language improv is a very different skill from music improv. I don't think I would be any better. I would have to learn all of the scales. I used to try to memorize blues scales and come up with riffs and stuff to use, because some of the classes you had to improv, at least on a blues scale. You had to do little improv solos, and I would pre-write them because I didn't know what else to do. All right. First things first, let's figure out monitors. A lot of people like using the Rising Sun portrait, which I think you can buy copies of in the neighborhood, maybe? Yeah, language is a lot easier for me. If I wanted to be creative, I think that writing would be a better outlet for me than music. It's less social, though. Wanted to join things, there was always the fear, what if I'm not that good? Karaoke. Karaoke where the point is to be not good. What would you write about? That's the million-dollar question. I would need to take a lot of the pressure off of I would need to go in assuming that I'm going to write some derivative garbage. I'm going to and then you need to budget like the time and the effort, because it's work. Even if you enjoy it, it's still like taking brain cells that you could have been, cranking out YouTube content, making money with. But I would need to get myself in the mindset of I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write some derivative garbage, and it's going to be terrible. And we're going to start from there. This is a very cute dog. Oh my God, that's a cute dog. Look at the little... Someone has a dog with this kind of pattern and did that on purpose. Ugh. Yeah, probably fiction. Probably somewhere in the sci-fi fantasy zone. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything to say. I think it's just something that I think I could do. I don't think it's something that I should do or would be any good at. I'm the quintessential everyman who is like, yeah, I could write a book. Everyone thinks they can write a book. It's like a human rite of passage. What's up? Time to WoW. Glad you have your stream with me while leveling. Yeah, it's gonna be good. At the age of 45, trying to learn music for the first time using an ocarina. That is cool. Yeah, there's a lot of literal fan fiction that just gets vaguely retooled and then published and turned into million-dollar movies. So, like, there's nothing wrong with writing something derivative. I'm a snob. I'm a big diva snob on the inside, so I would assume that, of course, the first thing that I write must be brilliant. And, of course, it's not going to be. Nobody's first book is brilliant unless you're, like, an actual genius, which I am not. So I would need to get over myself, really. I came there and I didn't buy anything. I just pet a dog and left. Hang on. Accurate. I'm looking for vendors. I'm looking for a vendor with the Rising Sun painting, I think. Write a book for you and you read it. Get a 5-star rating. Yeah. The good news is I already know that there's not a world in which I would make enough money for it to be a job. So that takes a lot of the pressure off of trying to make something that's like market friendly, which I understand is a lot of the grind of actual working authors these days, is trying to find something that is going to like hit the book talk algorithm or something, because you can't just write something brilliant, nobody will read it. You need it to hit, and that seems to take all the joy out of it, so that would be a nice thing to bypass. Sunrise Canyon. Okay, so these are what people like using for monitors. At least it's an option. And we can get some copies of them. So I already have one placed or in storage somewhere. I'm going to buy, I think, 4 more. Nope, not 152. Do not give me 152 paintings. Don't do it. Isn't it all smut? Some of it, but that's just like saying all internet videos are pornography. There's a lot of porn out there. There's a lot of creators make that, but not everybody. And that doesn't, I don't think it detracts from what goes on in other areas. I think just because there's a lot of popular smut out there doesn't mean that people aren't writing genuinely good books. New Zillow rug. Ooh, I need to get more copies. Stormwind? But yeah, I don't know if I would actually like writing. I think I'm too lazy to like writing. I'm dumb. I thought this portal took me to Stormwind. It does not. All right, never mind. We got a teleport cloak. That'll work too. I am the person that had a dog with that fur pattern. Yeah, there's nothing that says that smut can't be successful or profitable or even artistic in any real format. It's just not something that I think I would. I don't know if it's for me. I feel like you want to put like your personal experience and perspective on the world into writings to make it feel rooted in something. And I think doing that for an explicit piece of writing is just way too much personal information to chuck out there. No one needs to know that. I want whatever venture I put in to give me some kind of return. Yeah. And it's a tough mindset to get out of for some hobbies. And it's hard to figure out. And I mean, maybe you should, or maybe you shouldn't have to get out of it. There is a vendor somewhere, and I have no idea where, but there is a vendor somewhere that sells extra copies of promo items. Homebound might be able to tell me. Vendors. Well, first of all, what's the Zillow rug? Actually, the Dark Portal. No, that's the Ethereal Portal. Yeah, let's go talk to Turon here. There he is. Want to try Healing at Midnight any class? Resto Druid. But I'm going to give Holy Priest a try. That's my main. And Resto Druid is kind of my backup plan. They look like fun. Promo Decor Resupply. That's the guy. Alright, so he will sell me extra elegant doormats. So let's get a couple of those. Let's get 5 more of those. Should I just get extra copies of the Gurgle? And then just like fill up the whole shelf with the same plushie for a while? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get 5 of these. 2,500 gold worth of Gurgles. Back to the house. I just really like reading. I really like reading. Maybe I should just stick to reading. This is the wrong house. Back to the other house. I am getting to the end of the mainline published Earthsea novels. And I think I want to pick up the Hainish cycle next, or the Hainish series. There's like 7 or 9 or something of those. Same author, sci-fi, but I think I will like it. I think it's worth getting. Think we'll ever get items to display transmogs or weapons? Yeah, I think so. I think that's coming. I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure they said they're at least working on armor racks. Plus, it's something they've done before in like Class halls. One thing I appreciate my mom forcing on us, TV stayed off if we were inside, reading, drawing, making music, whatever. Yeah. I watched a fair amount of TV growing up. And I watch a fair amount of TV now, too. My internet screen time was restricted as a kid and a teenager, for a good reason. But that was one of the things where I felt like I went really crazy once I was living on my own. You know how people talk about how their parents wouldn't let them drink, so they turned 21 and just went on like a year-long bender? I did that, but like with internet access. I had like limited screen time so that when I finally moved out on my own, I was like, why shouldn't I be on Reddit 12 hours a day? I don't see anything wrong with this. Me with junk food. Tina discovered I could stay up all night and watch terrible TV. Alright. Hitting halfway point in stream. We're not quite there yet. Let me give it a little while. Let me look up some examples. Let's see. WoW housing PC setup. On the WoW housing hub. There's a few of them. It's a pretty popular thing to do. This is one. This I think I've actually seen. So this is the Sunrise Canyon painting. The keyboards are really cool. People doing keyboards is very neat. There's different ways of doing it. One of you guys, I went in your house and I really liked how you had done a keyboard. It was less detailed than this. This is crazy. But they had done a keyboard with the edges of a platform serving as the keys. Keyboard makes me want to make brownies. This mouse is extremely cool. The mouse setup is really nice. The monitors we've got, and it'll tell you what kind of items there are. Although it only really has the light. Casual gaming setup. Okay. It looks great, but it definitely has more than just a Drenithis light. That was me. Yeah, I liked yours a lot. Do you have any screenshots posted anywhere that I can cheat off of? This is really cool. I really wish I had more information about how they had done this. It's really funny. They have Ivy on it. I wish I had more info about how this had been done. What are the keys? Exactly. I don't know. They're not telling me. They look like they could be ends of pillars. Posted one in Curb Appeal. Come look at it again. Yeah, can I come over and take screenshots? I need to copy off your homework. Can you post a group for me? Also, I'm going to buy some more Mechagon stuff while I'm there. Yeah, 20% scaled beams. Yeah. Leave. Post one and say, thank you. Appreciate it. Reposted my screenshot. Alright, I'll grab that one too. House under construction. Don't mind the mess, of course. Oh, you sound like my mom. Let me see. Curb Appeal. Curb Appeal. Oh, that's nice too. Save image. Just ripping it. Screenshots. Desk example. How did you do your everything? Crate maybe for the keyboard? Hazel, it's me! Thank you! I feel so spoiled! Oh, this is great. I'm coming! Few houses. It was Lost Pantalones. Lost Pantalones. Yeah, because I really liked yours. Yours was really cool. Ugh. Ugh. You also have fantastic taste in plots. I should put more plants outside my place. Yours looks good, man. All right, let me run rampant and find it. Oh, I forgot how jealous I am. I remember trying to jump through here and it was just wall, but like it looks really good. Little accent wall. All right, I'm gonna steal a few things. Hang on. The range hood is brilliant. This eats. Holy. Hang on. Hide my UI. We're just gonna yoink that. I'm the meme of this is mine now. I saw it. It's mine. I made it. Jamian House Kitchen. Pulling some inspo for sure. Hi, can you take me to your office? Thank you. Started playing Clair Obscur recently. 2 hours in, but finally understand why the entire development team for that game got knighted by the French government. Oh, hang on. I forgot. I need to steal this too. The aquarium is amazing. Jamian aquarium. I feel like we have very similar taste, which is why this hits so hard for me. Like, all of this is stuff that I would want to do. This is crazy, by the way. This... Oh, no. Oh, no, I fell. I'm coming back. The walkway? Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. With the Borealis string lights? Like, get out. It's new. I love it. It's incredible. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how it all works. I'm not even gonna try. All right, here we go. Yeah, this was the thing. Okay, so you have the Suramar Jewelers Assortment. Perpetual Motion Crate, I think, which is what I'm using too, because I like it. Yeah, I like this keyboard. I like this keyboard. So you've got... Here, we'll take like a zoomed out screenshot. Your guild name is hilarious. And then... Oh, hang on. My computer's struggling. I jinxed it by wishing it long life. Alright. Jamian desk setup. So you have your monitors pretty much just perched on crates. Or like floated in front of crates. Okay. And then you have like a rock. I like your rock. I like your keyboard because it's not super budget intensive. You've got what, 3 rows of keys. It reads as a keyboard and also kind of as a tray of brownies, but like it's way cheaper than like a whole QWERTY keyboard done in beams. So I'm gonna zoom in and take a what? Someone used the Coltiran bulbs for keys. Nice. Don't have the patience for individual buttons. I don't blame you. This is super cozy. I should put more string lights up. Oh, I can mouse over things and see what they are. Oh, that's helpful. Or maybe it's just things that I can click. Can I turn your fire off? Yeah, I can turn the light on and off. I can't put the fire out, but I can turn the light on and off. I'll stop playing with your stuff. Anything else that I want to shamelessly steal while I'm here? I'm going to shop at your vendors before I leave. This is under construction. I like the Dornagal rugs, though. I'm viewing Jamian's house specifically because I've seen it before and I needed another reference of stuff. Because I'm going to rip off some of their... the aquarium build and the gaming desk build are both going to come in handy. I'm stealing like an artist. Listen, AI does not have a monopoly on lifting stuff. I need to, like, I guess screenshot one of these, like, cozy fireplace corners. I gotta find my favorite one. The chest set's really cool, too. What's down here? Oh. Ooh, this is actually cool. I haven't seen somebody do one of the outdoor rooms. This is nice. This is a really good use of the Arden Wild tree nook thing. Little book. Nice. I feel like I want one more. See, I feel like if I put stairs in my house, it would feel too empty. But these ones somehow... And then, like, this whole walkway situation. Which, again, I don't even know how you managed... Like, how you have... I don't even get it. I don't even know how that works. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's not too far from how I had mine set up, although I do like the kind of window situation. Yeah. This is an Airbnb you could charge $10,000 a night for. Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna go yoink more stuff from your Mechagon vendors. I appreciate it enormously. I'm gonna use that inspiration. That and Haley's. And then if I can figure out that WoW Housing DB one, what they used for the mouse. I feel like it's a Shatrath something or another. There's a really cool looking... It's a good mouse. Oh, this is a Mechagon. Where's the tall guy? There he is. Alright, so I know I got a bunch of stuff. I got a lot of the gauges. I can tell I've got a bunch of them in storage. Steam valves and pistons. I only want the pistons. Give me a few more of these. We have coupons. And remember, I bought a ton of these levers because I think they're hilarious. The cabling. Yeah, we're gonna need more of the cabling. Look, it does the little light thing. I have at least some of everything. So it's just a question of getting more copies of some things. This has potential as a PC too, but it's not quite right. You could probably shrink this down and put it inside of a PC, and that would be kind of cool. Alright. I'm going home. Thank you so much. Back to Carbon Cottages. Yeah, I'll give it a minute. The Shaman Cryptopod? Maybe. The mouse that I want to figure out. This is a... And they didn't post anything! The item list shows decor builds pieces needed. Yep, all of them, definitely. This looks like a Drenithist thing to me. Like a Shatar, Shatrath, Draenei light fixture or something. Yeah. Because it's got that divot in it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can reverse... not reverse image search, but just, like, reverse my brain. So, let me say collected. And we're going to go culture, and we're going to go Draenei, because I feel like it's Drenic. Because I'm thinking of this divot. That's a sconce. This has potential for sure. I feel like this has potential, the cryopod. Because there's definitely a boulder and there's definitely like a cord as well. Speaking of the cords, I know I bought 5 of the cabling, but I feel like I need more. Give me another 5. Redesigning the Ragnarost coffee packaging for a school project. Nice. I remember back when that happened, I wanted to have hand-drawn art. I wanted to draw some art for it. And I thought that my fans would like it because it was drawn by me, like some of my emotes and stuff, and that they would forgive it for not being very technically proficient because it's cute because I tried. But I don't think that the brand owners saw it that way. Not for Ragnarost, but for, I don't know if we ever put it out. There was talk about like a hazel blend. I think it died. I drew a whole darn hazelnut for it though. I did a whole art thing. I don't really miss drawing. I had to replace my Apple Pencil to do raid guides this year because I lost it at some point in my last move, and I realized that I need it for making graphics. But I found out that you can buy off-brand ones. You can buy cheap off-brand ones and they work just fine. Okay. To the house. Also, I haven't taken my break yet, and maybe I should think about it in a minute. I think I should start with monitors because monitors seem the easiest. If I look at the screenshots I've taken so far, Haley's monitor looks like it's just kind of sitting on the desk, which is fine. Jamien's monitors are on crates. And then the WoW DB monitor that I was looking at is interesting. I like the way this one is done, but I'm going to have to try and figure it out by the screenshot. It's kind of floating above, honestly, 2 beams. It's just been done out of wooden beams. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Also, I kind of adore the use of wooden beams as floating shelves. That's kind of iconic. And cheaper than actual shelves. Yeah. Okay. One thing about my desk is, you know your girl ain't gonna have just 1 monitor. That's not very realistic. We're doing 3 for sure. Love the Browse bottle lamp. Used it everywhere. Yeah, I've heard the new Zillow reg is good. I got extra copies of it. This is where we're at so far. This is where it's gonna start. This is freaking me out because it's actually it's a little, like, I'm looking at it's starting to look a lot like my view right now. I am gonna get up and walk around and stuff. I will be back and we will get the desk on board here. Okay, all right. Let's see here. I brought my I brought the watch from the sad story earlier in question just to show you what's left of our boy. It was so cute before we lost the piece. It has the little hearts on it. It's yellow right now, but it might be blue later. It was a nice purple color. Oh no. Oh well. I should really store it somewhere where it can't look at me and remind me of my disappointment. Okay. Let's see here. It's cuter. It is cute. I'm very mad at it for being so easy to lose a piece of. And I'm a little mad at myself for losing a piece. If I had known, I probably wouldn't have worn it out of the house. Okay. First things first. Happy with desk. Happy with... I mean, we can change chair. I'm happy with rug. Actually, might work on the rug later. I think I'm happy with this as a PC. I may eventually change it out and like build one so that I can put more like lights and glowy garbage in it. If I do that, that's pretty easy to take out later though, because I think I'm gonna have it sit on the floor and not on the desk. So let's do monitors first. Two ways of thinking here. We have the Zillow rug, which I need to remember the name of it. It's called the Naturally Elegant Doormat. You can rotate it. Mm-hmm. People are using these for blank screens. Yeah, it's pretty good. Another option is the Sunrise Canyon painting. No. I wanted to change it. Edit. Put the dirt away. How do I actually take them off? Right click to clear. Okay. Learning how to use my advanced decorating tools. Because I know I'm going to want that handy. Alright, so there's that. Some people like having that nubbin bit be on the bottom. So that it kind of looks a bit more like a monitor. So that's an option too. Also gonna want one. I think I like this. I like the lack of bezel. I like the blank screen. I may paste stuff on top of it, but I think I'm gonna use those. Rolex363, thank you for the 25-month resub. Hi, Hazel. I hope you have a great start to the new expansion. Thank you for your content. Thank you for watching it. I really appreciate it. How do we feel about the monitor size? I feel like it's pretty good. I'll get all three of them blocked in here, and then we'll see how we're feeling about it. But I think the default size is actually pretty decent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them pretty even. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate. Yeah, we tilt. We tilt, we scooch, we bring forward a little bit. Maybe we untilt a little bit. We may have tilted a little too much. But there should be a slight tilt to it. Because this is basically what I have IRL. The back corners should be roughly even. Although it's okay if it goes a little farther back. That's fine. Also, my monitors are eternally wonky. So that's kind of on brand for me. Little known fact. Hazel of the insanely wonky monitors. So we'll do that. And we're also going to do... Oh, no, not that. We're also going to do that. We got a vertical monitor. That's where you guys are. You guys are on my portrait monitor on my left-hand side. It almost touches the desk, and it's also going to be rotated a little bit to kind of tilt inwards here. These two should be pretty close together. These two should be nearly touching. Nearly touching. Not quite, but nearly. And then this one sits a little farther off to the side because this is where the camera goes. Okay. In life, there is a monitor stand. And I'm going to think about this because I have options. Those are cool, but I think those are more for in the PC. Vertical monitor should be the default setting. I can't live without one of each. A lot of things, especially nowadays where a lot of websites are optimized for mobile, look much better in vertical and show a lot more information. Chat feeds, discords, anything except for games and video really does better on vertical. But games and video is also important. Basically, my setup is game, video, chat. That's my life. Although I will accept this is a lot of monitors. What's the point? You can't even see the darn thing. I don't even need a stand. Stick a beam bag there and call it good. What kind of beams do we have? What's the point? Structural. Miscellaneous? Is that where all the beams and stuff are? Oh yeah, that's right. We have lamp posts and fence posts here. The Elven fence posts are great because I have a lot of them. The Gnomish fence post looks more mechanical. Remind me of what that's from. It's probably crafted, isn't it? Gnomish fence post. Does it look nice here? I have a lot of things that I have like one of. But I don't need to make it look perfect. Especially if it's not gonna, if no one's really gonna be looking behind my desk. Oh, that looks sick though. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Attention to detail. I actually want more of this narrow part visible, so I'm gonna clip it down in the table. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Now we're talking. All right. It needs... Let's see here. Housing decor. What is it from? What is it from? It's Junkyard Tinkering. Okay. Okay. All right. I can work with that. Let me go to my bank and pick up all my spare parts. And then I'm gonna go to Mechagon, and I'm gonna pick up some more of those and some more general stuff. Because I know I have extra spare parts, because I saw them when I was cleaning up my bank. Yeah, professions are super expensive to level up. The question, though, is if you ever want more copies of the thing, it may be easier to be able to craft them. Craft from bank? Probably. I'm going to pick them up just to be safe. Put my work in progress. Wonder if you could check it out. It's for school. I'll take a look at it. I am not a teacher, though, so I will probably tell you I like it, and that will mean nothing in terms of your grade. Better to learn to fish than buying fishes. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Sathelina, thank you very much. 5 gift subs. Appreciate it. Holy moly. Thank you so much. Congrats to those who got him. Oh, it's cute. I love the dragon. I love the dragon. Love, 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 love. Used to do a lot of PvP. Yeah. I don't know what about mysterious empowerment, though. How would I check? Collector me needs everything leveled myself. Happy, happy, happy. I'm so stoked about how that fence post looked as a monitor stand. I may add a floor element as well. It could be just the beam. I may add a stand. Expert in battle. Let me take a look. Banta Hugger, thank you for the gift sub. I appreciate all the gift subs. Do be advised. The Support a Streamer campaign has not begun yet. Starts next week with early access on Thursday, February the 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific. I will be live. Hasn't started yet. Razorwind Fountain, maybe? If it gets small enough? Yeah, maybe. What were we saying? Expert in battle? Expert timing. Grave marker in decor yet. I've seen people IRL... No, I don't think I have that achievement. I've seen people kind of like DIY them. I don't know if there's a specific gravestone yet. I've seen people put them together, though. Okay. Spare pots. Luckily, I have many left over and did not decide to get rid of them, which I appreciate. I don't think I'll need it all, but we're gonna pick all the stuff up just in case. I hate Bliss for putting early access behind a paywall, but I just paid it, so I recognize I'm part of the problem. They kind of have us between a rock and a hard place on that one. It's stinky. It was stinky when they did it last time, and it's stinky that they can keep doing it, but like it works. Launch is like the best part of an expansion. It's such an exciting time to be playing at the same time as everyone else. It is a massive bummer to feel like you're starting an expansion and everyone else has been in it for 3 days and they're already like bored by everything that you're discovering. No one likes that feeling. It's like socially isolating, and it's gross that Blizzard is doing that to anybody that's not paying for the expensive version. But like you, I also have the expensive version. I'm part of the problem. Just because I bought it with gold instead of money doesn't make it any better. Every content regularly on my office TV at work. I'm famous. Didn't do it last year in principle, but I have to do it this year because I'm traveling. Need to have everything ready for raiding when I return. Oh, where am I going? Mechagon. Okay, so I'm going to go to Mechagon via portal because it sucks for Alliance to get out there, but I happen to have a dungeon portal. Wow, good for me. Operation Mechagon. Every company does it now. Yep. For a solo game, it's less egregious to me because, I mean, it's still egregious because there is still that community aspect of everybody playing at the same time, but it doesn't go quite as hard as it does for a multiplayer game. But mine with doubloons from plundering the 7 seas. Alright. So I am specifically here, not for this. I'm here for junkyard tinkering, but while I'm here, I'm going to have a look at some of this stuff. Now that I'm doing kind of a PC setup, I feel like some of this stuff might come in kind of handy. I have one of each, but some of it I might want more. Like, what if you managed to use this as a mouse and you buried the light? The light's probably not going to show if you bury it, though. So I have 3 of these. No, the budget's 3. I have 1 of them. I'm going to need another one, I'm pretty sure. The thing I actually want is just spare parts, is not energy cells. These are going to be my stream lights. I'm pretty sure. And they're cute. They do show? Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's use for that as a mouse then. I have a work event on Thursday that is a 2-hour drive out of town. That sucks. Is it possible to carpool with people? Is everybody driving 2 hours? Leave early to be home in time for launch because priorities. Guys, do you tell people what you're leaving for, or do you just go, beauty sleep, gotta get a good rest? Junkyard tinkering. I would so lie. Okay, so I'm definitely making a few more of these. These might come in handy too. Coworker taking off Friday. Just say I have an engagement that I can't miss. That's it. Yep. This is the move. This is so the move. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh no. These are cooler! Do you think that this, as a monitor stand... Here, first of all, I'll make 2 more of these, just because that would give me 3 monitor stands. No, wrong one. I'll make 2 more of these, just so that would give me 3 monitor stands. Bada bing, bada boom. These might be good pieces, too. Sorry, guys. I know I'm the only heart surgeon in the county, but I gotta water my dog, walk my plant. Yeah. Because I feel like it might be really cool. It might not work, but it might be really cool if the light comes through the monitor. I might want the light from behind the monitor, but it would rotate through, but that might be kind of cool. So spare crates are made from parts. The energy cells, I think I just spent on something else, though. I have empty ones. We can charge them. Who wants to play some Mechagon? Because I would need 2 or 3 of these. 1, 2. Try one first to see. But then I'd have to go back and come back, and I only have 1 portal. Let's see about getting some energy or some batteries together here. Oh, you know what? I have other characters. I can log on to one of them and try. Without moving my character out of Mechagon. Imagine that. Here, let's use an in. What a concept. Got a new microwave, just unboxed it. Not had a new household appliance in 10 years. Nice. Friend with Mechagon Endeavor. Using a random unsuspecting friend with portals for weeks. I think all of my people in my like friends list. I shopped at one earlier, but people in my friends list are usually same neighborhood as me. All right. I've already forgot what it was called. I'll find it. Because I have at least one of them. It's this guy. Kind of interesting. Barnacles, you have to take this off. I can't see a thing. Your butt's on fire. It's a very subtle effect from the side. It's very subtle. I don't know if it's worth getting more of them. I think the fence posts work just as well. It does look a little bit like a screensaver. I don't think it's worth doing extra content, though. Not when I can find other ways to light it if I really want it. It's a good idea. Feel free to rip it off of me if you're trying to do a gaming dev setup in housing. I think I might leave it be, though. Maybe I'll use it for one of them. See you later, Mr. Sonic Gen. All of this gnome stuff, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, it's fine, but I'm never going to use it. And I had zero imagination at the time. It's so useful for the computer stuff. I'm just not going to put it at full size down in the middle of the room, that's all. I haven't even started doing like a keyboard or a mouse yet. I'm still working on monitors. Okay, so with that in mind, we have our extra fence posts. We have one extra eye light lamp. I made a piece of fence as well. I think I'll probably leave the rest of it in case I need to come back and make more. Decor. Gnome lamps give such good blue light. Used it to make moonlight shine through my house. Makes it look so good. Only do this in my mage. Yeah, that's smart. I could have used a different character. Although, I feel like Junkyard Tinkering had unlocks. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I'm still in love with this. I need more, like... You know what? No, I don't. It's perfect. Yeah, the Zillow thing is just a login. It's completely free. I think the website is Zillow for Warcraft. Just now starting housing. This is so overwhelming. Yeah, it is. It for sure is. The best thing that I did was just decorate my first house, kind of wonky, and then tear it down and start over again. And I think this is probably not the last time. But the more that you play with it, the more you realize what you like and what you like to do. My first time around, I was just kind of placing furniture as is, and I did make it kind of cute. My horde house is still like that. But I'm doing more piecing together boards and crates and stuff to like make more built-in-y looking things, and I'm liking it better for that reason. Oh, my doggy's dreaming. Oh, he's having big dream wolves. All right, so we'll put that away for now. I'm still working on my monitor stands. I like the fence posts. And that's what we're going to use. Gnomish fence post. I think probably scaled all the way down. Oh, not quite all the way, actually. What's that one at? That one's at 50. It's also sunk into the table a tiny bit. Although this is not necessarily going to matter. Don't want it coming out the front. You'll still be able to see it, kind of. So this is one piece of the monitor stand. I also am going to do something to form a base because they're weighted and that's how they stay up. I think I'm going to take them from 50 to 40, actually. Just like with any software, learning the keybinds is the difference between life and death. It's annoying trying to learn them at first, but you just gotta keep at it and keep using them, and eventually you will not realize how you got by without them, because trying to do things manually with the mouse instead of keybinds is horrific, and I don't recommend it. No, come back. It's the top down that's the problem, but I'm in kind of a tight corner here, so top down's kind of all I got. One thought I had for a base to the monitor stand. How do we feel about doing it with like a cog? We have some different ones. These small ones we have a bunch of because we used them for, plus it might be kind of cute to have sort of a vaguely gnome themed setup. We got these from the homeware kits, and I have extras because I got them from the homeware kits. So what happens if okay, I'm in love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's perfect. It's like, definitely doesn't look like my actual monitor, but I don't care. It's cool. All of these I'm going to scoot back on the desk to accommodate for the stand because I want enough room for like the other stuff on my desk. I think that looks really good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, speaking of... So we're going to scooch the whole shebang back. Keep it on the same angles. Scooch them back. This one's not bad. I may approximate a little camera here. We'll have to see. Okay, so small home cogs. This one is at 30. I could do it at 20. I like it at 30 though. Plus I want my PC set up to look... I'm taking a lot of inspiration from other people's, but I do want it to look a little bit... I don't know, like I've had something to do with it. A little bit me. There will be cords. I got a bunch of safety cabling. There will for sure... It would not be a Hazel desk without some hideous cable management. Center arm a little off center. It is, yeah. It is. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it is a bit too wonky there. There we go. That's a bit better. The monitor is the Zillow rug. What do they call it? They call it the naturally elegant doormat turned upside down. That's what the monitor is. Need another small home cog. It's funny. This one is going to be a problem because it's so far. The monitor, and this is true in real life too, the monitor is almost touching. There we go. Float it just a smidge. Embracing bad. Yeah, I might actually put some cobwebs in the back corner too. That might happen. Okay. Next. a desk mat. That's the next thing that goes on the desk. Unless I want to try and put like something on the screen, which is fun, but I feel like that's more like a finishing touch than anything. Although it might be kind of fun. No! Cute, right? What is on your desk mat? IRL? Bunch of boho millennial fronds and stuff. bunch of Amazon generic drop shipped garbage. The undo is to just not place it and hit escape to exit decorating mode. I sometimes have issues with it though. Okay. I'm not going to stress too much about the stuff on the monitors. I'm going to do more of it later, although this is very cute. We're going to do a desk mat. It's probably going to be a rug originally. We could take it full circle and literally, because apparently this will be dyeable later, I could literally do a little bit of this. My desk mat IRL as big as I can get him and still fit him on my desk, really. So I'm trying this. I'm not committed to it, though. I'll praise Zillow, I guess, for giving us this item. The screen is that same item. It's the Naturally Elegant doormat. No. I don't think so. I'm gonna try a few things. The fact that this is wrinkled is so funny and also kind of true. I know people don't like that, but I like that. The dimensions of it are better. The little wrinkle is very true to me. The color doesn't overwhelm everything else going on. And it's wider, which I like. I don't want it to be flatter. I want it to be like this. My stuff is never flat. I have it like going over my monitor stands and stuff. Yeah, Zillow definitely understood the assignment. All right. Happy with the desk mat. Don't stress about how centered everything is. We'll mess with that later. We're gonna do a keyboard. Maybe I'll try a mouse first, actually. Maybe I'll try and mess with the mouse first. This Tempest Keep Cryopod has some interesting potential. It's huge, but don't hold that against it. Okay, that is as small as it goes! Okay, it may be too huge. That, maybe it'll go in the PC or something if I do a custom PC. I think it's too big for a mouse. I mean, it looks incredible, but it's so large. It's so large. A Torin desk, maybe. I'd have to scale everything else up. And I like the scale of it right now. Yeah. It's perfect. The LED on it, the little thingy clipping out. It's perfect, but it doesn't get any smaller than that. That's the minimum size. If it got any smaller. Also, it has stuff sticking out if you pull it too far over here. There's going to be a bunch of stuff under the desk. Yeah. So, good suggestion. Good to keep in mind if you guys are doing a desk. Tempest Keep Cryopod is the name of that item. But that's not what I'm going to use. Hang on. That just seemed too cute. I had to put it on the shelf. Okay. Let's have a think. I've seen some other mice. I've seen one that was a boulder. I've seen one that was... Let me look at my screenshots here. One of them was... Jamie, I think, just used a boulder. Yeah, Jamie has a rock. There's a... Haley has like a pink glowing... Oh, yours is cool. What's yours? This is ripped from the screenshot from Discord. I only have like 5 pixels, but... How did you do that? What is that? Do you know? I mean, of course you know. Are you still here? I guess is the relevant question. In the meantime, I'm just going to look for purple stuff, and I'm going to try it out. Koresh corner tube thing. Excellent. Okay. This guy. This guy? This guy. This guy? This guy. Like that? Kind of? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that in place for now. Unless I think of something I like better. Let me see what it looks like with this one. Get a couple options going over here. I lost it. I lost it! Where did it go? Oh. I forget where in the ADT interface the list of stuff you have out is. The house void has it now. Is it in my living room? I feel like it's in the wall over here. I feel like this room is glowing a little bit in the corner as like Passover. It's returned for its people. Yeah, I wanted to try it. I only have one. There is a way to, when you're in your house decor, to like get a list of everything. I just have an add-on that is overwriting it right now, and I can't figure out where it is. Advanced options. So I'm in advanced mode. There's a list in the top right. I think it's my add-on that's overdoing it. Somewhere here. Place decor list. There we go. There we go. It's like grayed out. I could barely see it. Okay. It's one of the ethereal pipe segments. Although, of course, that might not be what it's called. A lot of platforms going on over here. That's it. Okay. There we go. Corner ethereal pipe segment, evidently. I'm still trying it again. It had a little bit of a glow to it. No, it's not that one. I swear it had a little glow, but not as much glow as the original one. What happened to me? It's this one. Reinforced corner segment. Okay, I don't know where the old corner segment went, but that wasn't it. Reinforced corner segment. Advanced mode, place decor list. R for reinforced. There it is. It's like, I knew that wasn't the right one. There we go. Let's try this again. If you're having problems with your vertices arrows, try adjusting your camera angle. Top down tends to trigger them. You know what? I like that they're like 2 models in the same collection, actually. That's freaking sick. I like both of them. I think I like the one on the right a tiny bit better. Yeah. So I'm gonna use that one. They're both really good ideas though. Excellent use of pipe segment. We're gonna scooch-a-rooney. Oh god, I want to tilt it a little bit, just like flat on the desk, but I've already tilted it so much, it's going to make me absolutely insane to do that because the axes are not... I think I'm gonna have to leave it straight for now. I don't think I can, I don't think I can tilt it just to skew it a little bit while having it stay flat on the desk without losing my damn mind. So we'll leave that there. It's fun. It's not on the desk mat. It has to be on the desk mat. Come on. There we go. Although it kind of blends into the desk mat, doesn't it? Well, can always rearrange the desk mat. Oh, it blends into it. It blends into it. Oh. Something that we could do. We have lots of this. This cabling. Tricksy, tricksy. You don't really want your mouse cable going up, but doing so seems to be the best way to kind of hide it a little bit. Not bad, actually. And I mean, sure, cables going into the wall. We're going to have cables going everywhere. I think I'm going to be able to blend that with mess. The thing I like about it is that it's going to do the little blue light every now and then. Yeah. Come on, that's sick. The angle's a little bit wonky. I may as well plug the darn thing into the stupid wall. Is it going into the wall? Maybe. We might do some... We'll do some stuff to hide the cables later, like to blend them. But for now, that's good. I'm still thinking about the rug. I love this as a desk mat. I'm gonna look at other rugs, though. I wish I could dye it. I can't. Because Blizzard hates me specifically. Here's a thought. Actually, I think this might not, this may also have the same problem of not blending enough because the colors actually match the, whatchamacallit a little bit too much. It's a little narrow as well. Gorgeous design on it. It's a little narrow and the painting is set so deep in it that you need to have it. It doesn't blend as nicely. It was a good idea. You know what I haven't really given enough thought to? Is, wall hangings as desk mats. Nothing says that it has to stay on the wall. Wall hangings as desk mats and rugs as wall hangings, I think, is an area in which I need to really be a little bit more original. It's not bad either. It's wide, which I appreciate. I like it plugging it in the wall. Advanced decorating tools is one of my housing add-ons. Yeah, okay. Keyboard time. let's refresh our memories. Let's review our options here, what other people have kind of done. So, Jamian's I liked a lot. This one was crazy. Unfortunately, we don't have a list of how they did it. I think we can safely assume beams. I don't know how they did the space bar, and what I'm more worried about is I don't know how they did the actual backdrop of it. Maybe a crate? Maybe like a wide crate sunk like into the thing? Another concern I have, and this may be unrealistic for me to fix, but I don't want my desk to look that crazy from underneath, which I feel like these are all going to. Let me look at my actual game here. I guess you can't see much of the underneath of it from most angles. It is going to be fairly hidden. Let me look at boxes and crates. Elven table. Yeah, I guess tables as well. All kind of options here. Oh, elegant. Because you can dye those, which I appreciate. This would be a sick desk mat. Hang on a second. On one hand, dyeable. Yeah, that counts for a lot. On the other hand, that website was HousingDB. Wow, HousingDB. On the other hand, it looks a little too wooden to be the desk mat. We could definitely do it for like a keyboard or something. Especially like if you make them all black. You might know. How far can I sink it exactly that far? You could also sink it like that far if you wanted like a border to work with. New doormat from Zillow. Hi, you mean my monitors? I don't want to use any more of them. I'm sick of them. I have enough of them out here. Saw somebody use the ornate iron forge table as a floor. It could be a keyboard too. Yeah, just one item. Right now I'm debating the merits of this table as a desk mat. It's kind of sick that I could color it, but the 3D on it maybe isn't quite the thing. Let's forget about that. We'll put the sanctum rug back for now. I've changed my desk mat like 14 times. It's just good practice for repositioning things. And rescaling them. See, that was pretty fast. Put that back for now. Yeah, I need to look at the banners and the wall hangings, but for now, let's do a keyboard. Let's do a keyboard. Let me figure out what I want to do. Let's look at tables. There's like a 30,000 options that we can use here. Basically, what I need is a rectangle. Sethlina, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. 5 more gift subs. Holy moly. Elven rug. What do you think about the elven rug? This is dyeable. Oh, I mean, the tassels might be a bit much. I love a dyeable rug, though. Make you think. Love the gaming setup, Grog. Thank you. It's coming together. Like, somebody could already walk into this room, and I think if they had seen my if they had seen me before or any of this garbage, they would recognize this as being my room. Yeah, maybe the tassels. I want to figure out a keyboard. I'm losing too much time on the desk mat. We could do any desk mat. Somebody said iron forged table. Let me look at that. I've seen a lot of keyboards here. There's a fence post. There's a bookcase. Interesting thing about the bookcase. Oh, come back. This feels like a bookcase abuse. No. That wasn't even the one people were saying. That's pretty good, actually. That wooden iron forge table. Show me my tables, honestly. It's Doug. Hi. It's one of my guildies. I didn't expect anyone coming here. I'm looking right now for a table. What if we say dyeable only, actually? We'll pick a dyeable one if we can. Something that's approximately the right... something that's approximately the right dimensions for a keyboard. I also think that once we get some keys in it, it's gonna kind of make sense. So, I know this looks like a table right now, but trust. Oh, no. Oh, I pooched it. There we go. It looks kind of like a table right now, but we can dye it. Which lets me use less kind of wooden colors. And also lets me do some stuff with the keys. So I think I'm actually going to use this. I like the shape of it. I know that the metal banding on it's a bit weird, but I think if we make it kind of black on black or black on gray, it's going to kind of work out. I won't fuss too much about it being centered. It's not like my actual keyboard's centered. So we'll do that. Zillow thing. Let me see. I'll grab a link. Zillow for Warcraft is a promo WoW is doing where you can basically, if you go to this webpage, you can claim a free piece of decor. It's this naturally elegant doormat. You have to like log into your Blizzard account and that's about it. Which colors for this? I liked the black and gray. I just need to pick which ones. Honestly, I'm kind of down to just do dark iron twice. What else do we have? We could do one as an obsidian black. What if we reverse it? What if we do this one obsidian black? We do this one dark iron gray. You can buy more of them. There's a vendor in Stormwind and a vendor in Orgrimmar that sell extra copies of promo items. I used Homebound to help me find the coordinates of them. Yeah, I'm down with that. All right. So the dark iron is fine. I need some obsidian black. Let's go get some of that. Every time I get dye, I just get 20 copies. Obsidian black. This is not what I thought I was going to be doing with housing. I don't know what I thought I was going to be doing with housing, but it was not building a keyboard. But it's kind of fun. It's like a puzzle, and it's also kind of like there's no wrong answers. You can sort of mess with it and figure out what you like. What add-on? What add-on are you looking for? The housing one? I can't believe I'm connecting my WoW account to Zillow for a rug. Yeah, that's kind of the mood this week. Okay. So this is just the backboard of the keyboard. Let me remind myself of which way I had it. I mean, black on black also looks awesome, and we could totally do that. I actually kind of like a little bit of definition to it, though. What do you mean? I just bought it. I didn't pick it up in the mail. Hang on. I've got a mailbox outside my front door. Mouse is insane. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with it. My subscriber Haley was using an ethereal pipe segment as a mouse. Gave me the idea. Did you see the Pinterest WoW partnership is down? No. I didn't even try and do it. I don't think I want to pin-o-matic camera. A book for the mouse mat? Yeah, probably. You can use really anything you want. I think this is going to start looking really good when we get the keys in it. All right, so there's the die. So there's different things you can do for keys. One thing that we can do, if we don't mind them being brown, let's try the platforms first. This is what Jamian did. It was really cool and I liked it a lot. He used a platform. It was a curved one, I'm pretty sure. We've got some different colors of them. I don't know if there's like a best color. Let's use this one for now. And shrunk it, rotated it. This is a lower budget way of doing keyboard keys. It's not going to be quite as like, come back. It's not going to be quite as specific as somebody placing individual post beams, but it is A, faster, and B, cheaper on the budget. And it should still look like a keyboard if you don't feel like placing like a space bar and stuff. I'm trying to decide how messed up I am as a person so I can figure out, do I want to do this and like live my life, or do I want to start placing individual beams? I'm nowhere close to my maximum budget. I have placed 219 and I have 3,500 to work with. Mind you, the rest of my house is empty, so we should think about that. This is pretty good. You know what I'm thinking? Let's do another row of these, or maybe even 3 of them. Minimum size. That arrow does not like a top-down camera. You know what I think every keyboard has to have, otherwise I denounce it with great vitriol? A 10 key. I do not mess with a keyboard without a 10 key. I do not. I need my 10 key. I use my 10 key. Keys should be offset. Okay, so might need more of these. I'm thinking we use those to kind of approximate most of our beams here. I have a mild episode trying to figure out how to do this the way I want to. There we go. We use a couple extras. These are not the same size. Are they? No, they must be. They must be. Okay, they are. Because this lets me place individual keys, kind of. They're a little bigger. I was gonna say, if I can blend individual ones, I would love to kind of, and I know this is a bit much, I would love to kind of do a little sort of a 10 key, even if it's just 4 on one side. Numpad superiority. Just love my numpad. I do too. I need it. I use it. Sometimes. Actually, you know what's hilarious is I'm out here shilling for 10 keys, and I honestly, for a lot of number input on my PC, I use the side buttons of my G600. I just mash it out with my thumb like an animal. How do you submit a keyboard yesterday? It was awesome. Is this a Canadian term, 10 key? I don't think it's Canadian. The number keypad on the right-hand side of a keyboard. I don't think it's Canadian to call it a 10 key. I think it's just like a keyboard thing. Other options include... I like how this is going, keyboard-wise. Looks a bit funky under the desk, but that's fine. Kind of like the idea of having this sort of as an escape key, sort of. And then we can kind of scooch these guys out of the way a little bit. I mean, then I don't have my beautiful 10 key. However, this beam situation is not the only way to make keys. It's not. I think doing it with fence posts would make me have an aneurysm. Oh my god, is that the thing that they did? I think that might be the keycaps. They might be Drenic fence posts. They might be Drenic fence posts. I'm not doing that. Those are crafted, I'm pretty sure. I just need to figure out... I think I'm happy with most of the keyboard. I think I just need a little bit more... I think what I need to do is I need to make the table a little bigger. And then make it scooched a little bit. Give me some more room so we can fit 2 rows. At least on the bottom. Because the mouse is pretty big too. I'm thinking about this entirely too much. I kind of want 3 rows. I'm gonna need some more platforms. I kind of want, and I think I can just tuck 3 rows of keys onto this bad boy. This is my new job. I'm a custom WoW keyboard designer. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more platforms. I should really just like log off and have one of my characters sit in the thing, like the neighborhood, to buy me them. That's what I should do. Let's have Barnacles go do it. It's looking good, though. I'm happy that one of my guildies came in and saw it. I'm actually really proud of it so far. Maybe I'll do a tour video when it's all done. Because I think this is going to be the best part of my house, because I can't imagine that the rest of it is going to have anywhere near this level of like, oh, that's cute, because it reflects something that I'm really familiar with. And also something that's like been visually around for a really long time. Like I feel like my office predates this room by quite a lot. Or predates my stuff in this room, maybe not the room in general. Belameth stuff. Probably like an elf somewhere with Belameth stuff, eh? Or is it you? You got Belameth stuff? You do. Round platforms. Also, maybe a couple more of these. And it broke. Get more gold. I think that'll do for now, though. Houses do not currently give benefits or buffs. You have a mailbox and a working stove, and that's about it. They are talking about adding a weekly quest that lets you get some crests for having a gathering in your house. But it's certainly not going to be the only way to get crests, and they're not particularly high-end crests either. Okay. I learned those items automatically, right? Yeah, I did. Trying the thing where you use an outdoor room as a window exterior. Yeah, that's cool. I need more keys on my keyboard. Keyboard probably needs a cable too. That's why I bought so much safety cabling. I think the keyboard and the monitors are going to get cables. I have a feeling, I like the perpetual motion crate. I have a feeling it's not going to stick around as a PC. I think I'm going to make some stupid glass box so I can put glowy garbage in it. But we're not quite done here yet. Let's... Platforms. We're using Belemeth, and I want to take the small one. And I want to see if the edges of it have the same kind of look to them. I don't know, maybe I didn't need to use the curved ones. Maybe that was just kind of the vibe. I guess the curved ones give more keys. I suppose it doesn't wildly matter, does it? That's pretty good. We'll adjust the heights of them at the end of this. While we're thinking and having thoughts, what happens? I'm killing it! Oh, there we go, there we go. I mean, little Wonko. That's a lot of keys, though. Is your real PC glowy garbage? Oh, yeah, for sure. There's lights out the wazoo. That's how you know it's for gaming. Oh my gosh, the axe. Okay, I'm seeing why we didn't use this one. It does have more beams on it, but the axis makes me want to cry. I'm sticking with the curved and the straight ones, I think. Yeah, it makes the PC more powerful. Exactly. I don't know why I'm putting so much work into this. Like, I could have just put 3 rows of these things in and called it a day half an hour ago. I don't know why it matters to me that there's 3 rows of them. It's not like they're laid out like a real keyboard like the beam ones are. I'm kind of like splitting the difference in how annoying I want to be about this. I did lose it over there. I think it's fine though, actually. Yeah. It's okay if it looks a little wonky. Just a slight tilt. And then these back layers can come up. Just a smidge. And that gives the keys a tiny bit of depth. Yeah, it's not bad. And not perfect is not bad. It looks like either a keyboard or a tray of chocolate, and both are welcome on my desk, so. How will she type? You're right. You're right. Idea. What if the keyboard is most of the bottom row? Or the spacebar, rather. That's a big spacebar. Monitors are made of naturally elegant doormats, gnomish fence posts, small home cog, and I'm going to hook them up with more safety electric cabling once I'm kind of set up here. It's not a toilet, it's just a bolt chair. People just use it for a toilet. That's a space bar, you punch! Okay, speaking of, what's next? So it's just kind of, actually it's not bad. Depending on how much attention to detail I want, I could hook it up to the middle one and then have like little branches offshoot. I could hook them each up individually, and that might make some of the cable mess that is realistic. Wait, no. $29%. Call it 30. Looks like my desk. Building a church temple study hall. That sounds amazing. You could, yeah, I know. We could, it's fantasy. We could pretend that she has good cable management, but it just wouldn't. I need my art to be rooted in life. Also, I'm obsessed with these cables because of the little light blinky bits on them. Yeah, I think that's good. You should see my real desk. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. I want to wire it into the stand there. I want to clip the end of the cable into that stand. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay. It kind of goes through that stand, but honestly, that's not bad. Building a Murloc Terraria. That's sick. Okay. I had an idea. I only have 10 minutes left. I'm not gonna finish this today. It's getting closer. Like, the desk is looking pretty good. Ideas. I may need more crystals for what I want to do here, which is basically I want to clip this up into the side of the thing. I also want to route it over the edge of it. I want to roll it a little bit. Oh, that makes it so annoying to deal with the axes, though. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Scooch. We can make it vertical. That's easy. That's not bad. Because I want to kind of clip it halfway in And to cover that sort of section on the edge, I want to go for literally a corner segment. Also, I want to make it a little bigger. Call it 25. Smoosh it on there. I've been dying to use these. Because I think this is a great way to get some extra glowy garbage without having to build one from scratch. I may build one from scratch. I tried watching Dairy Girls. I made it through a couple episodes. I washed out of it, though. I think it was fine. I think I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, actually. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's liquid cooling, exactly. I'm gonna have to keep working on this sometime. It's too fun not to. I think the finishing touch I want to try to plonk before I go, though, is when we were looking at the gnome stuff. Also, I have terrible posture doing this. I started hunching over my feet again. I don't remember if I made it that far. I think I only watched 1 or 2. I'm gonna look at culture. Uncheck. Nomish. This guy. This is gonna be my streaming light. Normally sits behind my desk. I know it's kind of angled up. You know what's annoying? These lamps are clearly mounted on a hinge and you should be able to angle them up or down. But if I want to literally angle that beam down, I'm gonna have to do this. Isn't that busted? Alright, fence post. Or a fence, maybe. Speaking of cable management. I wonder if that's going to go through the wall. Oh, no. Oh, there you go. Exterior wall. Because you know what it is it's my streaming setup. I'm also going to get more plushies here. We bought extra copies, so we can, for now, and it's not going to be, this is not accurate to, you know what, I kind of love them up there. I dropped in there on accident. I don't know if I want to move them. For now. Any other doodads that I want to stick on the shelf for the moment? I put the little hollow crystal projector up there because it was just so cute. Yeah, there might be other lights, actually. Let's look at lighting. We're looking at, like, spotlights and projectors. We have, like, lanterns, like, glowy lantern. I think I got this because I had thoughts that I could maybe, blend it into something. Yo, that's so sick. I don't know why I want to curse so badly. That is so cool. That blue glow lantern shoved into the little band part of the perpetual motion crate looks like it was built there to me. Okay. I was looking for doodads. I was thinking about doodads. Oh, I was thinking about lights. Yeah, you're right, because there's like a ceiling mounted one somewhere. Yeah. So we've got that. We also have this. Yeah, that one has more of a downward tilt for sure. Kind of like both of them, to be honest with you. Excited doing neat things. I'm just so pleased with that. No one else, I mean, other people are welcome to do it, but I saw a lot of PCs. I didn't see one that looked exactly like that, and I think it's cool. It's not even done yet. The streaming lights are good. Those are helping. I need to wrap up. It's noon. I'm out of time. Ugh. That's depressing. I will keep working on this at some point in my life. I gotta go. I will be back next week. I stream Wednesday through Sundays, and on Thursday, which is February the 26th, which is early access, I'm gonna stream at a funky time. We're starting late so that we can stream the launch. It's gonna be middle of the night for Europe. It's going to be afternoon for West Coast. It's going to be kind of evening time for East Coast. I'm gonna start about 1 p.m. Pacific, which is about I'm gonna start 2 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, about an hour before early access starts, and we'll stream for a while. The supporter streamer campaign should be up at that time, so if you want to gift subs, that'll be a good time to do it. Yeah, only one more stream before midnight, so maybe I'll finish this house in my next. Maybe I'll finish this room, not my house, just the room, on my next stream. Jackson, thank you for the 57 months. Huge thank you to everybody for subbing, for watching, for chatting, and also for supporting my my cute little YouTube comeback. I appreciate it to bits, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.